Welcome to another video, guys. This one's a bit of a weird one for me because this is one of the first tracks I ever did for somebody else, like ever. The interesting thing about this song is it's actually going to be released this year in 2021, and it was probably 4 years ago we did it, maybe 3 years ago. And I've just had a quick flick through the project now because I wanted to make this video so that it was there for Ylissa when she has this song out. But I realized flicking through the project, I'm using like all stock stuff in Logic pretty much, other than samples for drum sounds and things. All the synths, everything is stock Logic stuff. So I wanted to show you the capabilities of what you can do just using stock plugins from Logic. So that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to go through the project. So what we're going to hear is the original production before it was mixed. So Yllissa's brief, she wanted really industrial sounds. She wanted really industrial, metallic approach to this song. That's how she wanted it to kind of feel. And if I remember correctly, her references were Haim, I think was one of them. I can't remember who else at the time, if I'm being completely honest. But let's jump straight in. Let's jump into seeing what goes on, and I'm going to probably cringe. I don't know if all of these effects and things that I have on here are the ones that stayed. So for the mix, it'll be completely different. So this is just, I think the last time I opened this project would have been like 2018. So this feels a long time ago. But anyway, here's the piano. Sounds like some of the older sounds from my Nord way back in time. And it looks like I was using an Eddie Kramer plugin at the time. So actually, that isn't George, a Logic plugin, is it? It's not a stock plugin, that, mate. It's better doing anything anyway. I don't know why I even had that on there. Rhodes. That's nice, that's cute. No plugins. No plugins on it. Didn't feel like it was necessary. I did know this was going to get mixed, so I don't want to knock what I'm doing because I probably was thinking, it's getting mixed. Don't need to do all of this stuff. I don't do that anymore. I mix songs as I go now, pretty much. So, you know, times change. First thing. So originally Ylissa was toying with the idea of being called Sophie with a double I, which isn't happening anymore. So hence why it says Sophie Vox. It's not just a random name. So what have we got on? So let's have a listen to this vocal. Wow.
Still hurts a little 'cause it feels like only yesterday that I followed the wolf in.
So I'm using the Space D, which is a Logic reverb. Space D. I haven't used that in a long old time. Looks like I got two of those. And what's this? A big old... Oh no, that's another space. So I've got 3 Space D... Space Designer, for anyone that's wondering what Space D is. Space Designer plugins. I've got 3 of them. And then a big old tape delay. I'm not even bussing it. I'm just straight up laying that down. In fact, how is that coming through? Because there's no delay. Oh, I see. Okay, no, I did bus it. So I don't know why that's there, because it's got no reverb. It's completely dry. Classic. Okay, so that's the vocals. And looks like we have, is this an ad-lib?
Because it feels like only yesterday that I found the wolf.
Sounds like an ad-lib to me, that. Also, this is bad. That was clipping quite a lot. Distant toms, I've just remembered, these are samples from a sample pack that I made using my iPhone. And I made a cover of the iPhone sounds, like the mail, the text messages, and I turned it into a song. Oh my gosh, there it is, right at the top. That was 2018. So it must have been 2018 I made this song. Definitely pre-bus days that, but this sound is from that sample pack. I've just remembered. Maybe I should get that sample pack out into the world, you know. Another kick. Horrible clicky kick. I would never use that now. Sub kick. Still don't like that kick sound in the slightest. Little shaker. That's probably... Oh. Sounds like distant fireworks. I think that's an iPhone thing again. And I've for some reason made a shaker out of it. Interesting. Soft kick. I don't think I have these anymore. Filtered piano. No, filtered photo. This will be... That's an iPhone. That's definitely an iPhone sample that I made. Phone drop snare. Can you believe that's my iPhone dropping? Mouth tight hi-hat. I think that's literally me going... That's quite impressive for a mouth hi-hat. I need to maybe use that again. Shaker. Which looks like when you create a new track and you click on drummer, I think that was a shaker from that. Oh, the old stock stuff. Gotta love it. I think this sound would have been when I discovered Splice for the first time, I think. I think Oak is a sample pack. I'm not a fan of that at all. Snares. Fair. Live sound. We're going to listen to all these drums together, by the way. And together, I'm sure it makes sense. But on their own, I'm not impressed with myself. That's pretty cool. I like that. I'm in on that. That's cool. I'll have that. And a Cashmere orchestra snare, which I still do use every now and then, to be fair. I'm so glad I keep all of my projects for this very reason. Such a cool beat. That's actually a cool beat. That beat doesn't really come across like that in the actual song, which is quite interesting. Oh, there's more snares. Maybe this is what was missing. Lots of snares. Wow, dude. So many snares. Lots of snares. Yeah. Snares. Snares. Still a cool beat. I like that. I do like that. What have we got next then? Two unnamed tracks. That's useful. Note repetitor, so it looks like it's going to be an arpeggiator. Retro synth. I do like this plugin. I do still use that every now and then. What's this? C4, just a bit of compression, basically. I like it. Nice. And what's this one? Same thing? Octave up. Also, before we go into here, I should be onto the basses. What basses have we got? Why are they all the way down here? My organisation was awful. Blow my neck, guys. Let's hear that together with a kit. Sounds a little bit messy, that bass line, to me. And a sub on top of it. And a sub as well. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Why did I do this to myself? The mixing did a lot for this song, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Okay, so they're the basses. There's no more basses there? No, okay. In which case, let's go back up here. So we've just listened to these. Man, I didn't know anything about folders back then, did I? Sounds cool, it's just way over compressed, everything. I don't recall that ever being there. But I do quite like it. Let's add it in. That's nice. I kind of wish that was heard a bit more in the final mix, if I'm being honest. Asian Dreams, I remember loving this sound. Looks like I've got a few instruments doing the same thing here. So big kalimba as well. Weird panning. If you're watching this with headphones, there's a weird space there, which is good because that's not going to get in the way of the Asian Dreams one. And then ambience pluck. Oh, I like that. Those three together. It's a cool sound. Well done. I'm kind of starting to see my thought process now. You know, have you ever opened a project or opened something up and you've looked back and gone like, how did I end up there? Or why did I make that decision? I'm kind of like starting to piece my process together because everything's got its own place. The mix is awful, but everything does have its own place. Nice. Bit of atmosphere. Covering some high frequencies. Filling some space in the middle. Bit of movement on this one. It's a cool sound. What is that? Alchemy. I haven't used Alchemy. Alchemy is very underrated, actually. Nobody ever talks about Alchemy, but if you've got it, well, you will have Logic because you're watching this, but try Alchemy because they sound pretty cool. I doubt I've changed any of this as well. If you went and found Cloud City and Crunch Synth patterns, you'll find these exact sounds. I'm not going to promise it. I'll suggest it. All right, let's hear where that's at then, with those added in. Cool, so that seems like the main heartbeat of the song. And then the verses look like they've got some details here. Rhodes? That's not a Rhodes. But it is one of the... I know which sound that is on my Nord. It's one of my own patches. Those two sounds together though. Let's have a listen. Almost sounds like a film movie kind of sound, you know? No? Okay, no, me neither. These are the verses. You can hear that photo halfway through just there. Hang on, let's go again. Slowed down photo sound, there you go. Thanks, Apple. Looks like we've got an exhaust here from Kashmir. I think I still use some of these. Just to lead in the chorus a little bit. What else do we have in here? Tucked away. This looks like a fill into the chorus, a drum fill. Sounds messy, but let's hear it all with that. Oh, that makes sense. So the rest of the fill must be up here. Again, great organisation, George. There it is. Little. Oh no, that's a shaker. Oh crikey, Lord knows where that's gone then. Who knows where the rest of that fill is? Nice. Orchestral hits, we loved these. These are just like huge drums. Still use some of those. Huge. Ocean Beach. I mean, this is something I'd normally stick right at the bottom of a project now, but I think this is literally what it says. Yep. It's an ocean beach. The song's about Byron Bay, so we stuck in an ocean beach. And it works quite nice. I do quite like textures in the background, things that you don't really notice, but it fills up a bit of space, and I like that. Okay, what's next? Astral Oracle. It doesn't actually do anything. There's nothing there. That should have been deleted many years ago. What's this then? D16. So these are the patches on my keyboard. So you've got A, B, and C, which are full of sounds that Nord give you, and D is just basically a duplicate of A, so you can reprogram them all basically. So all of my D ones were, so that was folder 16, sound number 5. I used to love making sounds on my Nord. So let's see what this is. Oh, it's just a simple little synth. It's nice though, nice and warm. What's this one? It's like an old cinema organ or something like that. So if you steal my keyboard, that's patch number 20 in, no, sorry, patch number 2 in folder 20, just in case you ever want that sound. Okay, let's hear where we're at then with this. It's nice. I like it. It's nice revisiting. A reverse Cara vocal. Cara, she still does vocal samples. Woo! That's a bit nice. So vocal synth, some delays, some echoey things. I like that. Nice, I like it, I like it. And then we're down to our BVs. So let's start by putting the main vocal back in. I've got old Sophie, who doesn't exist anymore. Backing vocal number 1.
There's something so criminal about a Christmas
Nice.
day like
So what I probably wouldn't do anymore is there's so much delay going on, it just sounds messy. So I probably wouldn't do that anymore. Let's just have a quick glance at the master and see. Nah, you can't hear them, so they must have been, we must have taken those out. We must have done. Because there's no way that that would sound so clean with all those delays. Second BV, what are we saying? Nice!
Split me down the middle, still hurts a little 'cause it...
Okay, so one thing again I wouldn't do now is the low vocals like in the middle there. I'd have those on separate tracks. Make it so much easier to mix those. Let's listen to those 3 together.
Split me down the middle,
You can really hear that Haim kind of sound coming in now with all these harmonies. Low one. And let's just have a quick listen to what's going on earlier as well.
There's something so criminal about
Nice.
a Christmas day like that. Took a whole lot of healing, a lot of forgive,
Nice, and this one as well.
a whole lot of healing. Split me down the middle,
Nice! They're working well together. What have we got here? Sound like Flubber just ate Ylissa. What was that? Ah, let's see if this is automated. The only thing I can imagine doing is that it's delayed and I'm moving the time delay to make that sound. However, it doesn't look like anything moved, so I can only assume I've bounced that in and saved it. That's the only thing I can think of. That looks like there's something here that doesn't exist again. That looks like the whole project. Oh, there it is. So in the background, you can. Oh, it does sound like it's happening live. There it is. Here we go, guys.
The sun is going down.
There you go. You can see all of the automation happening on there. And I've done that manually as well. Fun times. But it sounds cool. Let's listen to it in context.
You, the sun is going down now.
Nice. Let's see how that turned out in the final master.
The sun is going down now.
Well, it looks like we got rid of it in the final mix.
The sun is going down now.
Who knows why? Who knows why? But there it is. That is the full track. It is scary going through an old track because so much has changed. If you guys have watched any of my other videos, you'll just hear my whole sound, the whole production, the whole process is so different now. But needless to say, it is a great song. Alyssa's got a great voice. She's a great songwriter. And although it was like 3 years ago, we did have a lot of fun making that track. So hopefully in the future, Ylissa and myself can make some more music. And ultimately, it's great to look back on stuff just to see how things change. And actually, there's some stuff in there that I probably haven't done for a long while that I'll probably revisit and try with my new techniques and new ways of doing things. So hope that's a good insight. If you want to hear the whole song and hear how it turnn out when it was fully mixed and mastered, people that worked on this have been, like, stuff they've worked on has been nominated for Grammys. So it's a good team that's been on this song to get it to the finished project. Obviously, this was open 3 years ago. We've done a lot of work on it since. So go check it out on Spotify. I'll put the link down below so you can go listen to it. And that's it for this week. If you want to, if there's a particular song you want me to do a breakdown of, then leave me a comment down below. If not, then hit subscribe so that you can be here next week when we're going to be talking about how to make crowd vocals. That is coming out with an artist in the next month. So if you want to hear about how I make crowd vocals, if you want to see how I make crowd vocals, then pop back next week. Until then, stay safe, look after each other, and remember, never stop creating.
A whole lot of healing, a lot of forgiveness.